My coworkers stole my idea, got promoted, and reported me for etude. I waited 1 year. I want to tell you about patience, real patience. Not the kind that smiles, the kind that documents everything. I had worked at that company for 3 years before the meeting. 3 years of good reviews, early mornings, and ideas nobody asked for. The idea was a product overhaul. I spent 6 weeks building it. Spreadsheets, projections, user research, a full deck with my name on every slide. I presented it in a Tuesday team meeting. My manager, Greg, was there. So were Marcus and Diane? They nodded. Greg said he'd take it upstairs. The following Monday, Greg sent a company-wide email. Subject: exciting new direction. He and the team had developed a bold product vision. I opened the attachment. It was my deck, my structure, my numbers, different fonts, same soul. Marcus and Diane were listed as co-authors. My name appeared nowhere, not once, not even in the footnotes. I went to HR, I explained calmly and brought my original files. 2 weeks later, she called me back. The team had confirmed they developed it collaboratively. She also said a few people had raised concerns about my attitude, my tone, my difficulty accepting feedback. I had never received a single written warning in 3 years. Suddenly I was difficult. Suddenly I had an attitude. I walked back to my desk and made a decision. That would take exactly 1 year to pay off. I said nothing, to no one, about any of it. I smiled in meetings. I did my work. I was professional every single day. But I started doing one other thing. I started documenting everything. Every meeting got a follow-up email from me within the hour. Per our conversation today, I suggested the following: time-stamped, sent, saved. Every idea I shared got written down before I shared it. Dated, filed, backed up in 3 different places. I created a folder on my personal drive called Project Record. By month 6, it had 110 documents. Greg got promoted in April. Marcus and Diane got senior titles. I got a revised job description that quietly removed 2 responsibilities. I accepted without comment, documented it, kept going. People thought I had given up. I had not. I was working. In month 11, the company announced a formal innovation review. An external auditor hired to assess product development over the past 2 years. I submitted 112 documents to the auditor's intake portal on a Thursday morning. Original files, creation timestamps, emails, meeting notes, version histories. 3 weeks later, I was called into a meeting. The auditor was there, HR was there, 2 people from the board were there. They had confirmed the timeline, the authorship, the sequence of events. They asked me to walk them through the original concept from the beginning. I did, for 40 minutes, without notes. Because it was mine, I knew every single word. The following Monday, Greg was removed before 10 a.m. Marcus and Diane were demoted to their previous titles by noon. At 4 p.m., I was called back into the same room. They offered me the project lead role, full ownership, new title, raise, immediately. I accepted calmly. The way you accept something that was always supposed to be yours. People ask what I did when they took my idea. I tell them I waited. They ask how I stayed quiet for an entire year. I tell them I wasn't quiet. I was building a case. There is a difference between silence and strategy. One is surrender. The other is the most dangerous thing in any room. They called me difficult. They took my work and put their names on it. They thought difficult meant broken. They didn't know it meant I wasn't done. They laughed first. But I have the timestamps.